hit me to the hip, hip hop, you don't stop the rockin' to the bang, bang, boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie. Okay, I don't want to show my face in this commentary, so I'm gonna have hip hop background. After reading Urban Science Education for Hip Hop, for the hip hop generation, the author gears a lot of his work off of educating the minority. He notices how hip hop connects to them and motivates them to learn. He emphasizes in his book how, as an educator, we need to bring out great potential within every student. And in the urban youth, hip hop is where they're at, and that's how you can connect to them. So entwining hip hop with another subject just makes the lesson more meaningful for them. So, for instance, I'm going to go off of a article that kind of correlates to his book. A teacher was stressing on how to engage students on learning poetry, and they were, not interested in it, and he really wanted to get them engaged. So, all night he's stressing about how am I going to get these students to learn and want to learn. And he remembers a Tupac song, and it kind of, his lyrics, kind of relate to his lesson plan. So he presents it to the class the next day, and in an instance, these kids are like, what just happened? He just played Tupac. Like, that's my language right there. And they're just like interested and motivated, and he connected with them. And, the students, wanted to learn. They were like, oh, what's going to happen next? Like, are we going to do this tomorrow? Like, So this teacher realized that he bridged the gap with these students. This experience, made him realize that these kids have a language, that he, how can I say this? Like that he spoke to them on their language. It was a universal language. They all the students responded to it because they all lived hip hop. So it just connected to them more. They understood it more. It was their lifestyle, and it related to them. So he ends up winning an award for figuring out pretty much how to get these kids engaged and how much they were so intrigued by it and how much they learned, and that's pretty much what the author's trying to depict in his book, that we need hip hop brings that out in lessons. And there's another article that this teacher, she has 150 kids failing, and then she incorporates hip hop, and then at the end only 2 failed. So out of 150, only 2 failed because of hip hop. I mean, that's impressive. And this is, again, like basically what the book wants to tell, like teachers, like, get something that the kids will be excited about. And hip hop is cool. Hip hop is in. Hip hop's the trend for urban kids. And, just hip hop provokes students to learn. And it's like a switch for them to, to be engaged and to connect and to have creative thinking and, and see lessons in different perspectives. Pretty much like dumb it down. Students relate to hip hop, and so hip hop is like a cool lesson now. The fact that you put hip hop in it's like now the teacher's cool, you're cool. Like that's the way I'm gonna explain it from, teaching kids as well. Like I taught hip hop dance, and these kids they just get so excited about it. It's like it's an incentive, and pretty much hip hop, it's a beneficial tool to have in these classes and to integrate with lessons, because they're getting to know a subject on their terms, I guess you can say. And so overall, what the author is trying to say is hip hop became the voice of a new generation, and teachers should listen and learn from hip hop because it will change their instruction and make it so much more better. It will motivate students to learn, as well motivate the teachers to educate. And if they both get an enjoyment out of it, the experience is just so much better. So that's pretty much my commentary on the book. It's a great book. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Veronica Samano.
Tell me about your academic status.
I'm currently working on my master's in early education.
And what is your job title?
I'm a special education preschool teacher.
Nice. What type of kids do you work with?
I work in a preschool for all learners classroom, so different children with different types of disabilities, ranging from just speech to Down syndrome.
Okay. And do you notice that most of your kids come from underprivileged status or fall under like the minority spectrum?
Yes, every single one of them.
Okay. And then can I ask you something? Have you ever heard of hip hop influencing education?
Yes,
Have you ever seen it incorporated into a lesson?
yes, I have.
Can you tell me about it?
Well, I worked with upper grades a few years ago, and there was another teacher that I collaborated with, and he would use rap songs to teach lessons as far as math and the rules for exponents and different things like that. And the kids would memorize the song, and when they would do the actual problems, they would sing the song. So it helped them to memorize all the different steps.
And what did you notice about the reaction of the kids?
It got them excited to learn.
And from the teacher's perspective, like, how did he feel about that lesson?
It got him excited as well. He was like a little kid himself trying to teach the lesson.
And do you feel like he accomplished what his goal was, his main objective of the subject?
Definitely.
Do you think incorporating hip hop as an educational tool is beneficial for students?
I do.
Um, have you ever used hip hop in your lesson plans?
Since I do have younger children, ranging from ages 3 to 5, I don't necessarily use hip hop as far as teaching a lesson, but there are a few incentives I use for some of my students that there's these rap songs that teach children about dinosaurs and labeling the different horns and parts and claws, and I do use those.
And how did the students react to it?
They love it, and it's kind of like an incentive. I get to use it as a reward, that if they're working good, they get to choose one of those story bots, and a lot of those story bot stories are rap songs.
And why do you think the kids like those songs?
The sound of it, maybe they're used to hearing that at home. Maybe they can relate to the songs a lot of the time, and it just makes learning fun and catchy.
And catchy? Okay, let me stop. So is this one of like the songs you put?
Yes, this is an example of a song that the students enjoy. Triceratops means three-horn face. What do I use them for? Scientists debate. Maybe for defense or to find a mate. But I love my horns. 3 up on my grill. I'm also really special because I have a frill. Oh, frill? Yeah, frill. You heard what I said. It's a plate of bone on top of my head. Sort of looks like a crown. I'm a king of a kind.
Hey, I'm the king of the dinos and I'm hungry.
Never mind. The T-Rex would eat me if he had the chance, but I'm an herbivore. I only eat plants, got hundreds of teeth. Did you my veggie food? Got a small ponytail, but I'm a big dude. I'm all pretty smooth, got hooves on my feet. But check it, come on, these horns are pretty sweet, right? 1, 2, 3, check out my...
Do they sing along with it?
Yes, they do.
Do they ever ask like, can you play it again, play it again?
Yes, they ask for more, and they, on their free time, they choose to listen to these and watch these as well.
Oh.
Here you go.
Do you think they actually learn something from these?
Yes, so like you can see in this video, it talked about the Triceratops is teaching them that they're the one with the horns, and talked about how the top of their head is like in the shape of a crown. So it does teach them a lot of different parts of dinosaurs, and there's several different things from weather to teaching numbers, alphabets, and they're all different forms of rap and hip hop kind of songs.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.